Well, greetings and welcome into Naked, Nudists, and Naturists, episode 97. Really glad that you are with us today. We've been waiting 167 hours for you to come back, and here you are, fully clothes-free, fully smiling, just like Lisa Monroe when she pops in here. And you are ready to go. We are ready to go for episode 97. You're listening to Naked, Nudists, and Naturists, episode 97. Not sure about you, but I hear some music. Could it be? Yes, it is. Our naturism correspondent, Lisa Monroe.
I can't believe it. I really can't believe it. It seems like just yesterday, literally, that we started discussing all of this and talking about, doing this show. And then all of a sudden now we're at 100 shows almost. It's a little mind-boggling.
And so hats off to Mark, hats off to Corky, hats off to everybody. Obviously, hats off to the American Association for Nude Recreation for celebrating today, World Naked Gardening Day. Any naked gardening within the last week or so for you, Lisa Monroe?
Well, I do have like lots of plants and stuff. So absolutely, if you can sneak out and go outside without being dressed, it's a really fun thing to do. And I've been in a situation where I live somewhere where I could do that freely, walk out even around the house and do that. And it is wonderful feeling to just be out with the sun beating down and tending to the garden, so to speak. So hats off to who started this, and hats off to everybody who gets out and does a little naked gardening today.
All right. Well, Lisa Monroe, go out there and have a great clothes-free 30 minutes, and we'll talk again soon.
All righty.
All right. Thank you. Well, you are listening to Naked, Nudists, and Naturists, episode 97 today. Really glad that you are with us. Hope that you are enjoying the show clothes-free if you possibly can. If you cannot, don't take any unnecessary risks. But if you're clothes-free and we are clothes-free, so much the better for enjoying episode 97 of Naked, Nudists, and Naturists. Now let's get to part one of my interview with naturism author Jason Stern.
Okay, yeah, my wife and I have 8 daughters. We also have 5 sons. Mm-hmm. So we're probably in the 1% of kids in America. But yeah, they're all ours, and no twins. And it's been great. Keeps us young and keeps us really with our hearts to the grindstone on finding out how to raise kids the best way, and always looking for ways to do that well.
And you're still young enough that you remember each one's name, right?
Yeah, I can't always remember how old they are, so I try to remember their birthdays at least, because the ages change every year. So
now, you told me before we started you did not grow up in a naturist, nudist, clothes-free home. So how did you find this? How did you discover, hey, this whole clothes-free living thing is a pretty good thing, and I, Jason, am going to adopt it? How did all this come to be for you?
Well, it really does go back to the importance that faith in God comes into our lives. This was an outgrowth of that. So I was not raised in a naturist home, but I was raised in a home that placed a great deal of importance on pursuing God and Jesus Christ of Scripture through the study of Scripture and understanding and actually walking out our faith in a real way and in a powerful way. So there's an outgrowth for us that where we got into Scripture, we studied it, and we wanted to adopt the beliefs and practices of Christianity. And we discovered, well, what does the Bible say about nudity, and why does our culture have such different ideas about that? So it was a real choice. We said, the Bible never says thou shalt not be naked. And we wanted to find out why so many Christians said otherwise. And so that kind of kicked off a study and a pursuit, like other Christians that I know have had that similar question. Yeah. In fact, it doesn't mean that. It says, if you uncover their nakedness, that is a euphemism for sexual relations. It doesn't have to do with sinful nudity. It's not that innocent nudity that we talked about in early Genesis, or even that vulnerable nakedness. It's talking about having a sexual relationship when nude. So if we only had those words still in the Scripture, it might make things a lot more simple for readers. But that's why I wanted to write this book, to open up some of these passages and give people tools so they could go, oh, well, that makes sense. Why didn't I think of that?
That's right. Well, I'm glad you did. The very terrific Jason Stern. All of his links are in the show notes. And we appreciate all that Jason Stern has to say through the written word in regard to naturism. And on next week's show, which will be episode 98, part 2 of my interview with naturism author Jason Stern. Well, you've been listening to Naked, Nudists, and Naturists, episode 97 today. We give you a brand new show every Saturday morning at 6 o'clock a.m. Eastern Time. Continue to join us. Check us out on our website, nakednudistandnaturist.com, Spotify, Google, Amazon/Audible, Apple Podcasts, and also on Twitter. You can write us anywhere, anytime, any place. And we thank you for being with us today. Plan to join us for every single one of our shows here and have your clothes off when you're listening. We have our clothes off when we're broadcasting, enjoying the naturist life.
We celebrate clothes-free living for all. Remember to enjoy being naked and join us again for Naked, Nudists, and Naturists.
We drop a brand new show every Saturday morning, so come back and join us. Have your clothes off when you do for Naked, Nudists, and Naturists. Have a great clothes-free day.